If you have an inkling of ever wanting to do content or ever wanting to do business, entrepreneurial stuff, this will benefit you. I love talking about this. I think there's a level to it. If you have your following as it stands, you think they'd care what you play. I actually have a great thing for you. Pause for a second. We're going to have a little segment about something that I am very fond of when it comes to content creation. I will pull up the article and we can break it down. And I will tell you about real-time scenarios that it has applied to me. So you have not only the thing that the mindset and all the stuff on this article, but how it has worked in application. If you had a following as it stands, do you think they'd care what you play? To answer this question, there is a thought process, a mentality called the 1000 true fans theory. Read through this. It's probably gonna be a little bit lengthy, but there's gonna be some information here that I feel like would apply to you guys, and it will make sense as to what I do. I'll show you the real life example from myself within this last year and 2 months on the YouTube channel, how this can all apply and has applied. This screen is going to be white, so if you're in a dark space, prepare yourself a little bit for a flashbang. I'm going to post the link after we talk about it in the stream chat for those of you that are watching, and then maybe I'll make something out of this later. I love talking about this stuff every single chance that I can because it has directly applied to me. Like I said, it's a little bit of a lengthy read, but very much worth it. All right, zoom in a little bit so we have it a little bit more centered, but don't feel like you got to read this. Just listen in. If you're taking notes or whatever, you can listen to it like it's a podcast. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to fully read it, and then I'm going to break down how I talk about it, and then I'll show you the examples. So the 1000 true fans theory, I'm just going to read this in its entirety. This is an edited, updated version of an essay I wrote in 2008, the person that posted this, when this now popular idea was embryonic and ragged. So just thrown on paper. I'll probably be pausing every once in a while, also take a drink and everything, because reading is hard. So don't expect this to be perfect. I can't even read my chat right. I recently wrote it to convey the core ideas, minus out-of-date details. This revised essay appears in Tim Ferriss's new book, Tools of Titans. I believe the 1000 true fans concept will be useful to anyone making things or making things happen. If you still want to read much longer original 2008 essay, you can get it after the end of this version. So to be a successful creator, also before we get into this, if you make something, if you're entrepreneurial minded at all, if you make content, have that platform or that idea in your head as we go into this. That way you're not grasping at straws, just kind of have a concrete starting point and then we can branch off from there. To be a successful creator, you don't need millions. You don't need millions of dollars or millions of customers, millions of clients, or millions of fans. To make a living as a craftsperson, photographer, musician, designer, author, animator, app maker, entrepreneur, or inventor, you need only 1000 true fans. A true fan is defined as a fan that will buy anything you produce. These diehard fans will drive 200 miles to see you sing. They'll buy the hardback and paperback and audible versions of your book. They will pay for the best of DVD version of your free YouTube channel. They will come to your chef's table once a month. If you have roughly 1000 true fans like this, also known as super fans, you can make a living if you're content to make a living but not a fortune. Here's how the math works. You need to meet two criteria first. You have to create enough each year that you can earn on average $100 profit from each true fan. This is in a monetary style, but you can also take it as just a viewership in general, because if you have this idea of 1000 true fans, you don't attach necessarily a monetary value to it, then the money just comes on its own. You don't really have to worry about that. So anything monetarily mentioned here doesn't hold as much weight to me as it could some other people. But like I said, if you are business minded, this of course you gotta be able to turn over profit to keep your business flowing and above ground. This is easier to do in some arts and businesses than others, but it's a good creative challenge in every area because it's always easier and better to give your existing customers more than it is find new fans. So provide to the people that are already enjoying you. Don't worry so much about finding new people. Second, you must have a direct relationship with your fans. That is, they must pay you directly. You get to keep all of your support, unlike small percents or fees that you might get from a music label, publisher, studio, retailer, or other intermediate. If you keep the full $100 of each true fan, you only need 1,000 of them to earn 100,000 per year. That's cost of living for most folks. That alone blows some people's minds. 1,000 customers is a whole lot more feasible to aim for than 1,000,000 fans. Millions of paying fans is not a realistic goal to shoot for, especially when you're starting out, but 1,000 fans is doable. Even be able to remember 1,000 names. If you keep one true fan per day, it only takes a few years to gain 1,000. The number 1,000 is not absolute. Its significance is in its rough order of magnitude. 3 orders less than 1,000,000. The actual number has to be adjusted to each person, so if you're able to only earn $50 per year per true fan, you need 2,000. Likewise, you can sell $200 per year and only need 500 true fans, or you may only need 75K per year to live on, so you adjust downward. Or if you're in debt, or have a partner, then you need to multiply by 2 to get 2,000 fans. For a team, you need to multiply further. Good news is that the increase in the size of your true fan base is geometric and linear in proportion to the size of the team. If you increase a team by 33%, you only need to increase your fan base by 33%. Another way to calculate the support of a true fan is to aim to get one's day's wagers per year from them. So 1 day's wagers per year, not that hard, because on standard it's 100 something bucks minimum for a good chunk of people. That's a high bar, but not impossible for 1,000 people worldwide. People in the world, you only need 1,000. A lot better than going, oh man, I have to have 200,000 whatever subscribers, followers, etc. Can leverage a decently low following when it comes to advertisements. I have 16K on TikTok and I put a business email in there and I'm constantly getting emailed sponsorship ideas. Not necessarily that I'm taking them, but like I said, these IEMs right here I got for free, happen to benefit from, and was able to show off on here. So perfect example of something applying to me. And of course, every fan will not be super. While the support of 1,000 true fans may be significant for a living, for every single true fan, you might have 2 or 3 regular fans. Think of them as concentric circles with true fans at the center and a wider circle of regular fans around them. These regular fans may buy your creations occasionally or may have bought only once, but their ordinary purchases expand your total income. Perhaps they bring an additional 50%. Still, you want to focus on the super fans because the enthusiasm of true fans can increase your patronage of regular fans. True fans not only are the direct source of your income, but also your chief marketing forces for the ordinary fans. Flip things and post things in places. So eventually I will grow to a proportionate size where there is just statistically a number of people that are like, I actually want to just edit content of Dime and post it places, get people like Queso that blow up his clips, farm the engagement. The more people you have sharing those things, of course, the more momentum that you bring to the group as a whole, and that number multiplies. I'm sure you guys can kind of connect the dots there. Fans, customers, patrons have been around forever. What's new here? A couple of things. While direct relationship with customers was default mode in old times, benefits of modern retailing meant that most creators in the last century did not have direct contact with consumers. Often even the publishers, studios, labels, and manufacturers did not even have crucial information as the names of their customers. For instance, despite being in business for 100 years, no New York book publisher knew the names of their core dedicated readers. Previous creators, these intermediates, and there was often more than one, meant you need much larger audiences to have success. With the advent of ubiquitous peer-to-peer communication and payment systems, also known as the web today, everyone has access to excellent tools that allow everyone to sell directly to anyone else in the world. So a creator in Bend, Oregon can sell and deliver a song to someone in Kathmandu, Nepal as easily as a New York record label, maybe even more easily. This new technology permits creators to maintain relationships so that the customer can become a fan, and so the creator keeps the total amount of payment, which reduces the number of fans needed. This new ability for the creator to retain the full price is revolutionary, but a second technological innovation amplifies the power further. Fundamental virtue of peer-to-peer network like the web is that the most obscure node is only one click away from the most popular node. Examples of somebody with 0 viewers could be the next, Kaizenat. So Moist Critical, your favorite creator, they're one good spark away from that. So clips that people make essentially help the creator in the editing for the creator. Exactly. If you go on TikTok and you see clips of creators or you see funny edits of people, all they are doing is helping broaden the eyes on the person. So that's why people really appreciate those of people that clip things, is because that essentially is free marketing. If somebody is passionate, say, about something that I make and I'm so passionate about it, it might gather somebody else. It's virtual word of mouth, basically, to the algorithm. Like, let's say, for instance, I got 1,000 people or 100 people just go and drop signposts at like all the hot spots in the game, tagging my name. Do you know how much that expands reach? Because right now, everything I've done for the last 13, 14 years of content creation has more or less been solely me. So if somebody was like, hey, I don't care, I'll go do that, sure. Or they went into a world chat and we had like 1,000 different people in 1,000 different world chats on this game, and we all were like, hey, you guys should check this guy out. I did it on my own one time in an event in Where Winds Meet. I alone posted stuff and I had 97 people on Twitch side for a little bit, and a couple of those people stayed. That's the whole thing of like gaining that percentage of people over time. So early in the rise of the web, the large aggregators of content and products such as eBay, Amazon, Netflix, etc. noticed the total sales of all the lowest selling obscure items would equal, or in some cases exceed, the sales of few best-selling items. Chris Anderson, a successor at Wired, named the effect the long tail. For the visually graphed shape of this sales distribution curve, a low, nearly intermediable line of items selling only a few copies per year that would form a long tail for the abrupt vertical beast of the few bestsellers. But the area of the tail was as big as the head. That insight, the aggregators had great incentive to encourage audiences to click on the obscure items. They invented recommendation engines and other algorithms to channel attention to the rare creators' creations in the long tail. Even web search companies like Google, Bing, Baidu found it in their best interest to reward searchers with the obscure because they could sell ads in the long tail as well. The result was that the most obscure became less obscure. I know you guys see me playing video games and you see me having a good time. You're gonna see the mental side of this in the next portion. Florida had 10-20 clients per day and a bunch of the one-offs thrown in bonus pay, 300 plus clients, and that's without the one-offs or inconsistent ones I was getting for $300 per day as my minimum. Exactly. I knew you would see this in like that context. If you lived in any of the 2 million small towns on earth, you might be the only one in your town to crave death metal music or get turned on by whispering. Interesting little nugget there. Or want a left-handed fishing rod. For the web, you'd never be able to satisfy that desire. You'd be alone in your fascination. But now satisfaction is one click away. Whatever your interests as a creator are, your 1,000 true fans are one click away from you. As far as I can tell, there is nothing, no product, no idea, no desire without a fan base on the internet. Everything made or thought of can interest at least one person in a million. That's a low bar. Yet if even only 1 out of a million people are interested, that's potentially 7,000 people on the planet. This means that 1 in a million appeal can find 1,000 true fans. The trick is to practically find those fans, or more accurately, to have them find you. Here's the thing. The big corporations, intermediaries, are all under-equipped and ill-suited to connect with those 1,000 true fans. They are institutionally unable to find and deliver niche audiences and consumers. That means the long tail is wide open to you, the creator. You'll have your 1 in a million true fans to yourself, and the tools for connecting keep getting better, including the recent innovations in social media. It has never been easier to gather 1,000 true fans as a creator and never easier to keep them near. The truth is that cultivating 1,000 true fans is time consuming, sometimes nerve-wracking, and not for everyone. Done well, and why not do it well, it can become another full-time job. It will be a consuming and challenging part-time task that requires ongoing skills. There are many creators who don't want to deal with fans and honestly should not. They should just paint or sew or make music and hire someone else to deal with their super fans. If that is you and you add someone to deal with your fans, a helper will skew your formula, increasing the number of fans you need. If you go that far, well, then why not subcontract dealing with fans to the middle people? So the mathematics of 1,000 true fans is not a binary choice. You don't have to go this route to the exclusion of another. Yeah, streamers chat. Yeah, so Jason, Bacon, any of the mods have whatsoever. Perfect example. I don't like that part of it. I can't do that while I'm doing this. You don't have to exclude everything else and only follow this. It's just a tool in the tool belt. I have been published by several big time New York publishers. I've self-published and I've used Kickstarters published to my true fans. I choose each format depending on the content that my aim, but in every case, cultivating my true fans enriches the route I choose. The takeaway: 1,000 true fans is an alternative path to success other than stardom. Instead of trying to reach the narrow and unlikely peaks of platinum bestsellers, blockbusters, and celebrity status, you can aim for direct connection with 1,000 true fans. On your way, no matter how many fans you actually succeed in gaining, you'll be surrounded not by infatuation, but by genuine and true appreciation. A much saner destiny to hope for. You are more likely to actually arrive there. That's why you branch off on all platforms to make it easier to get the 1K true fans, because being stuck on one streaming app is slowing down the effort. Essentially, it's more like getting yourself in front of as many people that I'm sure, I don't know what the numbers are, but exponentially increases your ability to potentially grab those people. Okay, so I'm going to show you my YouTube's analytic page for a little over a year. This is just YouTube. This is just over a year. This not being my full-time job, me having had a son. So if you are just employed and you don't have a child and you do this as a hobby, you have more time to dedicate to it, you could see a lot more return or not, but you can definitely dedicate your time to the craft a little bit more. I've had to find different routes of ways that make it work for me and different time frames. Right now it's 3 a.m. I got some stuff to do tomorrow, but I'm gonna go to sleep, wake up a little bit more tired, and then take care of things that I need to, and then come and do stuff like this again. It shows here, you know, 3.362 million views, little over a year, August 4th to November. Depending on when I posted my first video, it was like in September. So as far as the individual content goes, 1,000 true fans trying to get in front of people, you want to cast a wide net. So you can try to find different niches, you can try to do different content, you can try to focus on one niche, a whole bunch of different videos. I upload clips. I upload clips to Instagram Reels, clips to YouTube Shorts, TikTok, anywhere that'll take any sort of vertical formatting, and I make it kind of like a funnel. My way that I like to express this is, imagine that your content creation as a whole is kind of panning for gold. It's just sifting in general. Each individual person is a grain of sand. True fans are like a chunk of diamond or something. You made some content. The amount of content you have determines the area that this sifter covers. Okay, you can put more sand into it, has a wider reach. Each piece of content that you put out extends that reach. Those pieces of content catch a granule of sand that I would consider one person, like I said, and then potential diamond chunks, gold chunks, whatever you want to imagine in your head as the true fan. So I, on this YouTube channel, have posted roughly as many videos as I have subscribers. So I've averaged right now like one video in some form, horizontal, vertical, per per subscriber. I have a crazy output. I try to schedule things weeks in advance, if not months in advance, depending. Right now I have a YouTube series going out every Thursday. There was episodes posted. Minecraft stuff. I still have stuff coming out. But the last time that I played Minecraft, the finale on this is dropping. I have the whole season in one because I haven't touched Minecraft since probably late September. I still have weekly posts. I got views on stream from that. I had 1 video or 2 videos per stream. A lot of the viewers that I have now weren't even around whenever I started this, and yet this stuff is still dropping. Depending on your posting schedule, whatever you can manage, work within those means. If you think you can manage more, quantity over quality in this aspect until you get enough viewership, those true fans and everything, where you kind of focus in on quality because now you have an audience and you know what kind of tweaks that you should make or are willing to make to entertain that core audience. That's adding that extra level of the quality for people that want to stick around. They will value that. You will find something that feels fulfilling. That's like the video aspect of it. Go to my lives because I was playing Skate when it first dropped. I have a Skate stream that had just over about 2.5k views in one stream. A lot of the people that came around here now came in and stayed after Skate because there was something that they enjoyed that was more than just Skate that they saw in me, and they're like, hey, I'm gonna stick around. You only need a fraction of percentage of these people. One stream, I had 25,000 viewers or whatever, a percentage of percentage, whatever it is, breakdown are gonna stay. I, on YouTube, do a horizontal and vertical stream. That doubles the percentage chance that I get viewership. You know, I just put myself out there more, and I'm also live on Twitch. I have the ability to be in front of more eyes while I'm live, but also take these moments, post them into clips. I'm good for like the next 3-4 weeks on shorts, 1 to 3 shorts every single day. I'm a dad and I don't have all the time in the day to do this. And it's not my full-time job. Just like going to the gym or something. Maybe it's that you don't want it bad enough, because if you want it, you can make time. So that's just in the lives. Now, if I go to shorts and I go to views, I have a short that did 161,000 views, 111,000, 43,000, 37,000, 32, 32, 29, 28, yada, yada. Also, there is a great book here on my equipment shelf, How to Steal Like an Artist. If you're going to copy somebody, make sure you do it better than them, okay? There was a video on Skate of how to manual. And I was like, oh, this guy's just showing this. You can't really see everything. Yeah, I think I could do this better in literally 30 seconds of work, maybe. So there's this one. It's how to manual and skate. And then I even put subscribe for a cookie because I was like, why not? 30 seconds of work. I got paid 11 bucks and some change. 34 subscribers. I got 100,000 views. The average view duration on this 100% is somebody watching it. Most people are watching it not twice all the way through, but twice and some more. Teaching stuff like this, mechanics in the game. I got put into the search algorithm 50%, shorts feed at 50%. Views in the feed from search helped push it to the algorithm so people could get it on their little For You page or whatever. If you're trying to optimize the amount of people you're getting in front of, Twitch is not the move. You want to be where the eyes are, things like YouTube and YouTube vertical and multi-streaming, because you have the chance to get in front of as many people as possible. Twitch is a dying space when it comes for new creators. You have to put clips out. You have to. You absolutely have to. If you're trying to funnel people to Twitch, where in the hell else are you going to get viewership? Does a webcam affect your position in getting it all? Better to have a webcam than not have a webcam? Well, there's definitely people that have succeeded with not having a webcam, and there's definitely people that have succeeded with having a webcam. So it's more or less like, what does your content need from you? If you watch somebody like the Burnt Peanut, he technically has a webcam, but he has a filter over himself. Is it probably easier to connect to people that show their face so you can see their eyes and know when they're talking to you? I could see that being the case, depending on the content that you do. But if you're literally just playing games and you have your personality, there's people that have done that for years and have never showed their face. It kind of depends on the route that you want to go. I can be in stream and you can see when I'm looking at chat. You can see when I'm talking to you right now. You could feel some level of human connection through this device that you're looking at right now. And that works for me because that's part of how my content is. If I'm doing something and I have a facial expression because I have a lot of reactions, then I'm probably gonna want my face. I'm using an iPhone as a webcam. It's already something that I had. I can do up to 4K on it, might as well, you know. I don't think it really matters. It just depends on what fits for you. That would be my say. After 14 years, I mean, I have a YouTube video from like 2011 live stream of Black Ops 2, something like around that time. And I had a webcam on then and I was 13 and had a bowl cut. Fair enough. It just feels like it's 50-50 it depends on what the majority wants to see. Well, that's a beautiful thing about the 1,000 True Fans. With the 1,000 True Fans thing, one of the best things that it can do for you, aside from giving you a mental roadmap on how to follow things for content creation, it can get rid of the mentality of numbers and what people care about entirely. I have people that comment on here and dog on me for things that I do, but then again, I have 2,200 subscribers of people that were like, yeah, this guy hits whatever spot for me, I'll keep watching. There's going to be something for everybody, and you being you will be enough for at least 1,000 people out of 8 billion or 9 billion. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you want to do. Yeah, this guy's chill. Follow. Exactly. All I had to do was literally be me, and that has done wonders for me. I showed, all the examples. The second that I had that, I read books like How to Steal Like an Artist, so you know how to get an idea from somebody and not straight up plagiarize their work, how to ruminate on ideas, how to just be like, I enjoy this thing and I enjoy this thing, but nobody's ever done this. There's this piece of content done in this way, and this, I really like this idea here. What if I just like weld these together a little bit? And not only do you have something that you enjoyed creating because it's taking aspects of things that you enjoy, but if you do that enough times and you make an idea bank in your brain and you start taking other pieces from little bits and things, then you get a situation where somebody pays for like millions of dollars of art because it's a whole bunch of trash put together. All these things by themselves aren't worth anything, but somebody took these and went like this, and now it's worth something. It can be seen as new and original, even though you took a million different things and mashed them all together. I don't care what anybody says about any game that I play. I only care about what I do, so I do it. I've had more longevity than the majority of people. I got some stats for you. Based on recent stats, so keep in mind, I've been making content off and on for 13, 14 years. I don't care what the numbers say. I do like seeing them go up, of course, but only because I know that the things that I'm doing are actually working. It's like worth my time. It makes it give a little bit more kick. I've been doing this for a long time. It's like the overarching theme here. Based on recent stats, the percentage chance that a gaming content creator would have quit after 14 years is extremely high, well over 90%. 78% of streamers quit within the first year, 88% quit by their second year. After 3 years, a tiny fraction remain, over 90% quit. The typical YouTube career lasts 5 to 7 years for successful creators. Most full-time streamers, YouTubers only last 3 to 5 years on average. After 14 years, the number of active creators is vanishingly small. You're in the top 1 to 3% for longevity. Most peers would have quit due to burnout, algorithm demands, or the grind, making you unusually persistent and dedicated for your field. I don't care about the numbers. I do what I want. I'm me authentically. If you met me in person, I'd be the same way. Anytime I shit talk somebody in chat, I would say the exact same thing if you said that to me in my living room. And I have outlasted so many people and will continue to outlast so many people. People have started and stopped their entire content in small segments of times. I've just kept on going. It is literally just persistence and unwavering dedication and not giving a shit, because why would I get burned out? I'm not thinking about every single detail of what somebody else is thinking. If I was hyper fixated on, oh, does the red in the background look okay? Should I have my camera on? Should I be playing Arc Raider? Should I be playing Where Winds Meet? There's already, I don't know, 150,000 other people playing this game. What makes me so special? Yeah, Shroud's playing Arc. This Chinese name I can't say playing Winds, and they're averaging 20,000 viewers. So why should I even try? Because they might compare me to that person. I really don't care. I really don't care. Would you be okay making an extra $1,000 ever in your life playing a game and being you? Then why care? And there's plenty of people that find success multitudes higher than me that are doing the exact same thing. Queso is streaming on a bare bones setup, like, not the super fancy stuff. Everything does what I need it to do. People have done a lot more with a lot less. And the reason you're here, the reason you're watching me right now is because of me being me.